Twilight Eclipse, Audiobook with Rain Sounds. Part 9. Relaxing ASMR Bedtime Story. Fictional True Story. Read softly beneath falling rain. Chapter 1. The Faded Photograph. On the edge of a forest wrapped in mist, an abandoned house sat untouched for 47 years. No one entered, no one left. The townspeople said it was cursed, though no one remembered why. Inside the attic of the house, a box had recently fallen from a broken beam. Among the dust-covered belongings, a photograph surfaced, faded but clear enough to see the outline, of 5 people standing in front of the very same house. 4 of them had been confirmed missing in 1978. The 5th person in the photo was never identified. Yet beneath the picture, written in shaky handwriting, were the words, "It always returns after the eclipse." The photo was found by a forestry surveyor named Len, who had never heard of the house's past. 2 weeks after the discovery, Len disappeared. It rained that night, and the attic window, once nailed shut, creaked open by itself. Chapter 2. The Mirror in the Meadow Miles. From the house in a clearing rarely touched by sunlight, a circular mirror stood upright in the grass. It had no frame, no reflection, and no visible purpose. Animals never walked near it, and birds never sang above it. Children from a nearby village spoke of dreams involving the mirror, of voices whispering numbers and a distant ticking clock. One child, a girl named Isla, wandered into the clearing during a school field trip. She wasn't seen again for 3 days. When she returned, she said she had been inside the mirror and that the moon had teeth. She held in her hand a rusted key, marked with a symbol no one recognized, a half-eclipsed sun with dripping shadows. The rain returned on the 4th day. The grass near the mirror never grew again. Chapter 3. The Voice Beneath the Lake. At the bottom of Stillwell Lake, divers searching for a sunken fishing boat found something unusual. A black stone door built into the lake bed with no hinges and no seams. It pulsed faintly when touched. Only one diver named Elias dared to press his hand against it. His air tank was full, his equipment intact, but his body was never recovered. The recording from his helmet cam ended with a soft voice whispering, "The hour has turned." 3 nights later, strange symbols were found carved into the shoreline, all facing east. Fishermen stopped visiting the lake after one claimed he saw a shadow crawl out of the water and vanish into the trees. That night, it rained. The black door was never seen again. Chapter 4. The Clock with No Hands. In the attic of an old church on a distant hillside, a clock without hands began to tick. No one remembered installing it. The tower had been sealed shut since 1932. But every evening after the eclipse, the ticking grew louder. Locals said time moved strangely near the church. Shadows fell in the wrong direction. Bells rang at impossible hours. And those who entered the attic returned disoriented, claiming to have seen flashes of places they had never visited and people they had never met. One man claimed he saw the photograph from the house, glowing on the wall. Another described a girl holding a key and smiling through cracked glass. On the 7th night, the church roof collapsed in a storm of rain and thunder. Underneath the rubble, they found the clock still ticking. Chapter 5. The Eclipse Returns. It began with a low hum in the sky, a sound that couldn't be recorded, only felt. Animals went silent. The wind stopped. The eclipse was early. All 5 locations, the house, the meadow, the lake, the church, and the clearing, aligned in a perfect circle, visible only from above. At the center of that circle, a tree grew overnight. It had no roots in the soil. Its bark was black and smooth, and it bled silver sap. When the eclipse reached its peak, the air shimmered. At that moment, those who had vanished began to return. But they were different. Len walked into town barefoot, carrying the mirror. Isla now spoke in riddles that seemed to predict storms. A fisherman found Elias sitting by the lake, staring at the water with no memory of who he was. And in the attic of the house, the photograph changed. Now there were 6 people in the image. One of them was holding the key, and the rain never stopped again.